Hello, this is Mrs. Zubka. You're back with me in the kitchen at Penfield High School. So we are going to make 2 ingredient bagels. Okay, so I'm going to show you the ingredients. You're going to need 1 3/4 cup of self-rising flour. You are going to need 1 cup of Greek yogurt, 1 egg beaten, and then 4 tablespoons of the everything seasoning. You can put whatever seasoning you want on this, cinnamon and sugar, salt, whatever really suits your fancy. I really like the everything seasoning though, and so that's what I'm going to be using for my bagels. But what really makes this recipe nice is it only calls for 2 ingredients. And so it's just an easy, quick recipe that you can throw together pretty quick for a breakfast or something like that. Just a reminder that I've already put my hair back. I got my apron on, my hands are washed, and I've sanitized the counter. And so now I'm going to flip the camera so that you can see what I'm doing, okay? Okay. So let me get my bowl handy so you can see what I'm doing. Never ceases to amaze me how I can't get the camera where I want it. There we go. Okay, so we're first going to measure out 1 3/4 cups of the self-rising flour. So just so you know, when you're doing 3/4, you could do 3/4 of a cup, or you could do a half and a fourth. Both equal 3/4. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and use my dry measuring cups, and I'm going to scoop down, and I'm going to get kind of a mound. So you can kind of see me in the camera there. It's kind of like a mound. And I'm going to use my leveler to kind of level it off. Okay, I'm going to put the flour in the pan. And then I'm going to measure my half. I like to do the half and the fourth just because I want to do it in 3 steps instead of more than that. So there's my half. And then my 1/4 of a cup. And each time I'm leveling it off so that I have an accurate measurement when I'm making the bagels, okay? All right, now I'm going to measure my yogurt. So these come in 5.5 ounces, I think. No, 5.3 ounces. So that's a little less than a cup. So I had to get 2. They were like 99 cents. So, not a huge cost. You could probably, if you like Greek yogurt, you could save money by buying the bigger container because you'll get more bang for your buck if you do that. But because I was just doing this today, I decided that I didn't need a huge container. Now, if I was in school and I had 3 classes doing the 2 ingredient bagels, then that would make more sense to buy a bigger economical container of the Greek yogurt, just because I'm going to be using a lot of product, okay? But for just doing 1 lab, I only needed exact measurements, so that's why I went with that. Notice I'm using my spatula to kind of get the rest of it out, doing the best I can to do that. And then I'm going to kind of blend that up with a wooden spoon. And then I'll be kind of mixing this in with my hands here and just briefly, whoops. Just want to kind of incorporate it in before I get my hands in there. I've also taken off all my rings and such. Probably should take my watch off just in case I start getting a lot that's going on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just try to get all of that off of my wooden spoon. Now I'm going to use my hand to just kind of move it around, okay? Just because I'm trying to get the yogurt to kind of blend in with my flour. And it should formulate a ball. So what I'm doing also is I'm kind of pinching it together as I'm mixing it around and trying to get all the extra flour that's kind of not sticking to my dough incorporated in. So I do that by just kind of kneading it and pushing it into the dry pieces of the flour, just so that it's all going to be blended into my mixture here, or my dough. And if you keep doing this and the flour is just not sticking, you can always use that flour, as long as it's just a little extra, on your floured surface when you go to cut your bagels. Okay, I'm just trying to do the best I can to incorporate as much of that flour in as I can. Okay, so you can kind of see that there's not a ton of flour left. I'm just going to go ahead and put that down. And you want to put a little flour, just a little. Always start out with a little bit, so you're not drying your dough out so much that it's like a desert. Okay, so I'm just trying to get it into a ball. And I'm going to cut it into 4. You could do 4, would be nice sized bagels. 6 if you got a lot of mouths to feed and everybody wants one. But I would really probably stick to yield of this as 4. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. There's 2 bagels, and then I'm going to go with 2 more. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside. I'm going to work with 1. Okay, so when you do a bagels are usually, you do like a long piece. And the reason I keep pinching it is just so that it's not going to break apart. I want a nice bagel. Just keep on rolling. Mend those pieces if it's feeling weak to you, mend it. And you kind of go from the center out. And then let's see about a nice bagel here. So that's a pretty nice sized bagel. And then we're going to go ahead and put that on our sheet. I'm going to put a little bit of, where did I put it? A little bit of butter down, just so it doesn't stick. So I can make sure it doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and put one of my bagels down, and I'm going to start another one. So I'm just, again, trying to just incorporate the yogurt and the flour together. And then I'm going to try to roll it out. Try to keep it, even all the way down. You don't want one big side of a bagel versus another side. That's not going to look so good. And then you just try to pinch them together so that they form like an inner tube. You could kind of look at it that way, kind of pat it down so, you're making a bagel. Just trying to keep it even. So there's my other one. And I got 2 more to go here. They are going to go in a 400-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. And there'll be 2 videos on this section because I'm going to have them taken out of the oven. And then you'll be able to see what they look like when they're done. So again, I'm just kind of trying to elongate the dough so I can make a bagel and try to keep it pretty much universally the same size so I don't have odd shaped bagels. So we'll bring that one in. Kind of pinch it together so that your inner tube or your bagel is connected. Here's my other one. And then I got 1 more to go. And like I said, you can make, 6 out of this. I mean, you could maybe even stretch it to 8, depending on what size of bagels you want. I just want some nice big ones. So like for breakfast, I get a good, a good breakfast. And this is, Greek yogurt's really good for you. A lot of protein in there. Let's just take a peek at the ingredients here. So we got protein. There's no fiber, but there's good calcium, potassium, 15 grams of protein. That's excellent. So, a good breakfast. That would be something you could mention in your demo page where it talks about, is this healthy? You could recap what I just said about the ingredients. All right, so then there's my other bagel. So I'll bring them over so you can see. So we have the bagels ready to go into the 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot the egg wash. Whoopsie. We're going to egg wash them. I forgot about that step. Whoopsies. Okay. So let me show you the egg wash really quick. So you beat the egg and you just go around the bagel. Like I said, you could do cinnamon and sugar, whatever topping you want. Doing a nice layer so that everything's seasonings stick. And then, you could measure out your 4 tablespoons. I'm just going to go ahead and shake some on. And you can just buy the everything seasoning already mixed up with all the ingredients. Sure we get a good amount here. All right, so I think we're good to go. Now they're going to go in a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes. Almost forgot that important detail. All right, so there you have it. I hope you give them a try at least. See if you like them. It's an excellent breakfast to have. It's quick and easy. It doesn't take a whole lot of your time. And only 2 ingredients. So that's even a plus. So do a good job on your demo page. Make sure you do your own work. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Have a good one.